Hi YouTubers, it's Post-VSG here, and I am coming to you today with my week 8 update. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on May 19th with Dr. Aaron Baggs at Kaiser Richmond, Northern California. And let's jump into the stats. My highest weight on February 27th was 267.7 pounds. My weight the day of surgery on May 19th, 2014 was 236.7 pounds. My weight last week was 208.3 pounds. And my weight this week is 205.5 pounds. So that is a 2.8 pound loss since last week. It is a 31.2 pound loss since surgery, and it is 62.2 pounds lost since March 1st. That is crazy. So this week's loss was a little bit less than last week's. You know, I had that big 4.4 pound loss last week, but 2.8, I will 100% take it. That is crazy, especially because I had a lot of things going on that could have impacted my weight. Like it was Shark Week, as people call it. That happened. And then I got on a plane, which always makes people, or me at least, retain water. So I flew to Colorado, where I also did not drink enough water the whole time I was there. So I had anticipated a lot of water weight. But I tried when I got home Sunday to drink as much as possible and everything. So those things were going on. My eating, I have to admit that I have been having a little snack in the evening, and I'm totally not supposed to do that. The worst thing I ever could have discovered is how easy I can eat crackers. So last night I banished all the crackers and I gave them away and threw the half sleeve that was still here away. And so let's see, this week, I already mentioned I went on vacation. I went to Colorado for a couple days to see my favorite band. They were playing a couple different places. I got to see beautiful Red Rocks Amphitheater, which is amazing. And that was trying. It was hard. So the first thing we did is we went to the Stanley Hotel, which is that haunted hotel in Estes Park. And we had dinner reservations there. And so we went out to dinner, and I hemmed and hawed about what I was going to eat. I had looked at the menu ahead of time, and then as it turned out, they had a special of bacon-wrapped scallops. I knew that I was okay with seafood. I hadn't done bacon before, but it came on a bed of Asian slaw, which was cabbage and some other things. And as of right now, I'm not supposed to be trying to eat really raw vegetables yet. So I just asked if they would mind substituting it for something else cooked, and ended up getting mashed potatoes. It came with 4 tiny little scallops wrapped in bacon. The bacon wasn't that awesome. It was really super chewy, so I really only ate like half a piece of bacon and 2 of the scallops and like a couple bites of potatoes before I was full. I did have a couple tiny bites of creme brulee that my friend ordered for dessert, and that was okay. So I felt like I did okay. We did a lot of walking on our ghost tour there, and that was good. Then in the morning we went to breakfast, and I ordered Eggs Benedict as my very favorite breakfast item. So I ordered the Eggs Benedict, and I just asked if I could have it without the English muffin underneath, because it's the English muffin, the ham, and the eggs. And they said, oh, for $2 you can have gluten-free muffin. And I said, no, I just don't want anything under there at all. And that also came with hash browns. I had like a bite of hash browns. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be eating potatoes or not. I should probably look that up. But and then like 3/4 maybe I'd given my friend a bite of the Benedict. And that was interesting because that brought up an interesting thread on my Facebook about what you should be eating, shouldn't be eating. Did you eat all that? This and that and the other thing, because I posted a picture of it. No, I did not eat both Benedicts. I didn't even eat a whole one. And yes, I understand hollandaise is high in fat and that maybe potatoes aren't your best choice because they're a carb, but I was on vacation and I was doing pretty well, I do think. Um, so then it got frustrating because I just was never able to go to the store to get food like we had planned on. I ended up getting some beef jerky from Walmart when my friend went to go return something, and that was pretty much what I ate the rest of Friday night. And then we went to breakfast Saturday morning. I like begged her to go to breakfast, and I got an egg white frittata with some cheese, and I think it had mushrooms in it. Um, and then I ate the beef jerky again. So not great because the way it all went down, I just was never able to go get the food that I had hoped that I'd be able to get and put in her fridge. But in the end, I guess it worked out okay. We did try and eat after the show on Friday night, but by the time we got there, the grill had shut down, and the only thing that they really could eat, that I could eat there, that wasn't fried or breaded, was maybe like a burger patty or chicken burger patty, and the grill was shut down, so I didn't get dinner that night. As a bonus, I don't really get hungry, so whatever, but I would like to stay healthy. And now I'm going to put my foot right down my throat because the other thing that I did this weekend for the first time was tried alcohol. I had probably 1.5 maybe vodka cranberries at the venue on Friday night, and they went down no problem, which I was kind of surprised about because not only have I not had booze, I also haven't had any juice, but I didn't really know what else to mix it with because I can't have carbonation. And that was really interesting because I caught a buzz pretty fast and then it went away as equally as fast. I was also making a point to try and drink as much water as possible. It was extremely hot in the venue that we were in, and I already knew that I wasn't getting enough water as it was. And then Sunday at the show at Red Rocks, I had a margarita, and again that actually got me pretty hammered. I only had one, and that seemed to last a little while, but that could have been other things. Just the circumstances, I might have just been feeling off. So alcohol is a go. Now, I would like to reiterate that I have said since the beginning, there are certain rules that my surgeon has that I'm not going to follow. Those include never again drinking alcohol and never again drinking caffeine. I somehow got involved in all this Facebook drama with a person who freaked out because I had drank alcohol, and she was annoyed because I had on many other occasions told her that I was going to continue following my surgeon's plan. For example, she told me you don't need to take vitamins, eat your vegetables first, and that's not what my surgeon says. So I had said no, I wasn't going to do that. And there were a lot of other things that she had said that were just really against what my surgeon's plan said. So apparently when I decided that I was going to break the alcohol rule, that was a big ordeal, and people got all upset. Not people, this one person. And I have said since the beginning I was going to drink alcohol and I was going to drink caffeine. Now, someone might question why it is that I chose to try alcohol before I've tried caffeine. A lot of people have been drinking caffeine. I still haven't done it. I've stuck to the decaf. I haven't had any caffeine. And there are reasons for that. And I think one of the things that irritated this person was the fact that I had just recently gotten into a thing where I said, no, I'm not going to drink caffeine. It's not on my surgeon's plan. I'm not going to get the Starbucks. I don't want to drink my calories that way. And the reason for me in the caffeine is not just my weight loss surgery. Some of you may recall, if you've watched very early on videos, I have already had a heart procedure done. I am already not supposed to have caffeine. I don't nearly do it as much as I used to because of the heart issue. So that coupled with the weight loss surgery, no, I'm not really ramping to run out and have the caffeine. Is the alcohol good for my heart? Probably not, but it's not as bad as like the caffeine would be because the caffeine speeds everything up. So, not that it's anybody's business, but that was the reason why I decided to try the alcohol before I tried the caffeine. I hadn't planned on drinking, and then it just sort of happened that way. I'm not really surprised. I'm not going to make a big habit out of it. I'm not, because again, I don't want to drink my calories, but I want to know that I can go out and have a cocktail or so. And that kind of leads me into this, which is something I've said before. We all have our own journeys. What you choose to do on your journey may or may not be good for what I choose to do on my journey. What I choose to do on my journey may or may not be good for what somebody else chooses to do on their journey. And that's fine. Some people 100% follow the surgeon's recommendations. I admit I have been trying to do that as closely as possible. I said I was going to do it for the first 6 months, kind of blew it on the booze. Still trying, but nobody's perfect. We all need to live our lives. I have snacked. I'm not supposed to do that. I ate some crackers. I'm not supposed to do that really unless they're with a meal. These things happen. Nobody's perfect. And frankly, lately, I have seen a lot of judgment throughout the weight loss surgery community on Facebook, and it just kind of gets old. Like, if somebody asks a question and I know the answer for my program, I will tend to say, for me, or my doctor says, or my program said. And then if they don't want to abide by that, that's up to them. My program is not the same as anybody else's. Hello, they didn't even want us to drink protein shakes at all. I've never had a single protein shake. So I just feel like people need to lighten up a little bit and understand that everybody's surgeons are different. And not only that, but people need to do what works for them. If all of a sudden, I can't really think of an example, but my surgeon decided that I should never have flavored water again, that would really be a problem for me. And I'm not really I'm supposed to be weaning off, but because right now I still can't stand the taste of regular water, and that's the only way I'm getting my liquids in. So that would be a rule that I might choose to disregard for a little bit longer until I can get back into drinking the plain water. Everybody has different things, and we all need to be respectful and courteous and remember that we're all on our journeys and we all are coming from a similar place, and we all need to support each other and not bash each other or freak out on people if they don't agree with you. So that's that in my little soapbox, and I've said stuff like that before. It really bothered me what happened, to the point that I started thinking maybe I shouldn't be sharing my journey. And then I realized that one bad apple just should not ruin all of the hundreds of awesome people that I interact with through the weight loss surgery community. So she blocked me and called me a bitch, and more power to her. See ya. So let's go in really quick because I'm at 13 minutes. Over the last week, I had a couple NSVs, non-scale victories. Those are, I got on a plane and I was able to extend the seat belt lap thing, pull it out, about this much from my lap, which is much better because the last time I flew, it barely buckled and it was so tight and uncomfortable that I had my coat like over my lap, but the seatbelt not buckled for most of the flight. So that was really exciting to see that. Also, in the sides of the seats, I always sit on the window, and I always feel like the other half is sort of like squeezing over onto the other person's seats, oozing, I guess is a good word. And I looked down when I was flying, and nope, I was totally 100% in my seat. So that was very exciting. I talked about buying the size 12 capri pants last week, and I did wear them when I got back, and they were super comfortable. And in fact, I don't think they're going to fit for too much longer. Other NSVs, I never took my measurements, and that was a mistake. You guys should take your measurements. But I did do a bunch of side-by-side photos. I took some last night in the same clothes that I wore right before surgery. I'm going to try to add them on to the end of this video, but I don't really know how to do that, so we'll have to see if that works. Also, shoot, there was something else and I don't remember what it was. I wore a size medium top, so that was very exciting. And so I don't know if you guys remember, in one of my very, 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 very early videos, or it may have been the things I won't miss about being fat video. I said I have been moving around with this pair of jeans for over 10 years. It's been like 12 years, and I've longed to put them back on. Well, guess what, you guys? I wore them all day yesterday. They're a little tight at the top, but the right shirt, you can cover that. But I totally put them on, zipped them up, and I'm super excited that I wore those. So that was very exciting. Also, there was another thing, another NSV. I think I mentioned on my Facebook that I was painting my toenails, and then all of a sudden I realized that I was just leaning over painting my toenails. There was no weird contortioning or anything like that. It was just like, oh, I'm painting my toenails. So that was really exciting. So those are some NSVs that I've been having. I really should have written them down because I know there were a couple other ones. But yeah, so things are going really well. I'm still excited about how I'm progressing. And I just feel like I've been experimenting a little bit more with food, trying to find different things I can eat here and there. I did just get notice that my 12-week appointment will be coming up in August. And that is when they're supposed to graduate me to a full diet. Although I'll admit I don't really know, other than raw fruits and vegetables and heavy meats like steak and stuff, what I'm not supposed to be eating. Maybe nuts and seeds, but I haven't really been eating those anyway. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to try and throw those pictures on at the end of this video, and my goals for next week are to really focus on trying to get in the water. I'm still struggling with that, and to knock off the snacking. I did okay with not snacking while I was gone because there was nothing to eat, but my eating schedule was all messed up and it was really kind of crazy. So that's what I'm going to try and do, is plan my meals more appropriately, no snacking, and get on all my liquids. Also, I'm still in the challenge to do 480 minutes in 30 days. I think we're on day 16 and I have 390. So I need to keep getting out there and walking. That's how I'm doing my cardio. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to bust out my rowing machine out of the closet and start doing that as well. And maybe even some of my Beachbody DVDs. My before and or during pictures were pretty good, except the arms are going to be a problem. I've known they'd be a problem. I've said that before, but maybe if I start toning now, it will help them a little. I know it's pretty much a lost cause from everything I've heard, but you know, it doesn't help to get some muscle going in there as is. So, all right, you guys, I hope everybody has a good week, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.